Have you ever wondered why some of the most empathetic and spiritually aware people seem to attract narcissists like moths to a flame? Is it just bad luck, or is there something deeper at play? In this video, we're going to explore the intriguing connection between chosen ones, narcissists, karmic lessons, and the potential for profound soul growth. Get ready to dive deep into the world of spiritual dynamics and uncover the hidden reasons behind these challenging relationships. The concept of a chosen one isn't about superiority or special treatment. It refers to individuals who, often from a young age, display a heightened sensitivity, a strong sense of purpose, and a deep connection to something larger than themselves. They are often empaths, healers, and lightworkers, driven by a desire to make the world a better place. These individuals carry a unique energetic signature, a light that shines brightly and attracts both positive and negative forces. To understand why they might attract narcissists, we need to delve into the philosophical and spiritual underpinnings of karmic relationships and soul contracts. Many spiritual traditions, including Hinduism, Buddhism, and various indigenous cultures, believe in reincarnation and the idea that souls enter into specific agreements before birth to learn and grow. These agreements, often referred to as soul contracts, involve encountering certain individuals and experiencing specific situations that will facilitate our evolution. Narcissism, on the other hand, is a complex personality disorder characterized by an inflated sense of self-importance, a deep need for excessive attention and admiration, troubled relationships, and a lack of empathy for others. Narcissists often exploit and manipulate those around them to maintain their fragile ego and sense of control. While the term narcissist is often used casually, it's important to remember that narcissistic personality disorder (NPD) is a clinical diagnosis. However, the traits associated with narcissism can exist on a spectrum, and many individuals exhibit narcissistic tendencies without meeting the full criteria for the disorder. The term narcissist, as used here, refers to individuals displaying significant narcissistic traits that cause harm in relationships. So, what happens when these two seemingly opposite forces, the chosen one and the narcissist, cross paths? The answer lies in the concept of karmic lessons and the opportunity for profound soul growth. From a spiritual perspective, these relationships are often divinely orchestrated to help both individuals evolve. The chosen one may be tasked with learning to set boundaries, cultivate self-love, and break free from patterns of codependency and self-sacrifice. The narcissist, on the other hand, may be presented with an opportunity to confront their own shadow self, develop empathy, and heal their wounded inner child. However, it's important to note that healing the narcissist is not the chosen one's responsibility. The attraction between a chosen one and a narcissist can be understood through several lenses. First, the chosen one's empathy and compassion can be incredibly appealing to a narcissist. They see the chosen one as someone who will provide them with unconditional love, admiration, and validation, the very things they crave. The chosen one, driven by their natural desire to help and heal, may be drawn to the narcissist's vulnerability and perceived pain, believing they can fix them or help them become a better person. This dynamic can quickly lead to a codependent relationship, where the chosen one sacrifices their own needs and boundaries to appease the narcissist. Second, the chosen one's light can be both attractive and threatening to a narcissist. On one hand, they are drawn to the chosen one's positive energy and authenticity. On the other hand, they may feel intimidated by the chosen one's inner strength and self-awareness, which highlights their own insecurities and lack of self-worth. This can lead to the narcissist attempting to dim the chosen one's light through manipulation, criticism, and control. Third, these relationships can serve as a catalyst for the chosen one to step into their power and reclaim their sovereignty. By experiencing the pain and challenges of being in a relationship with a narcissist, the chosen one is forced to confront their own limiting beliefs, patterns of self-sacrifice, and lack of boundaries. This can be a painful but ultimately transformative process, leading to greater self-awareness, self-love, and a stronger sense of purpose. Now, let's look at some personal transformation stories to illustrate these concepts. Sarah, a gifted healer and empath, found herself in a series of relationships with narcissists throughout her life. She always attracted people who were emotionally needy and demanding, and she would bend over backwards to meet their needs, often at the expense of her own well-being. It wasn't until she began to understand the dynamics of narcissistic abuse that she realized she was repeating a pattern. Through therapy, self-reflection, and spiritual practices, Sarah learned to set healthy boundaries, prioritize her own needs, and recognize the red flags of narcissistic behavior. She eventually broke free from these toxic relationships and found a partner who truly valued and respected her. Another example is David, a compassionate and intuitive artist who was raised by a narcissistic parent. He grew up believing that his worth was dependent on his ability to please his parent, and he developed a deep-seated fear of abandonment. As an adult, he found himself in a relationship with a woman who mirrored his parents' narcissistic traits. He tolerated her emotional abuse for years, believing that he was somehow responsible for her happiness. It wasn't until he hit rock bottom and realized he was losing himself in the relationship that he sought help. Through inner child work and trauma therapy, David began to heal his childhood wounds and reclaim his sense of self-worth. He eventually ended the relationship and embarked on a journey of self-discovery and healing. These stories highlight the importance of self-awareness, self-love, and boundary setting in navigating relationships with narcissists. It's crucial to remember that you cannot change a narcissist. Their behavior is deeply ingrained and often stems from childhood trauma. Your focus should be on protecting yourself and healing your own wounds. From a scientific perspective, the attraction between empaths and narcissists can be explained through the lens of attachment theory and interpersonal dynamics. Attachment theory suggests that our early childhood experiences shape our attachment styles, which influence how we form relationships as adults. Individuals with insecure attachment styles, such as anxious, preoccupied, or fearful avoidant, may be more likely to attract and be attracted to narcissists. Empaths, with their high levels of empathy and compassion, may be particularly vulnerable to forming anxious, preoccupied attachment styles, leading them to seek validation and security in relationships, even if those relationships are unhealthy. Recent scientific discoveries in the field of neuroscience also shed light on the differences between the brains of empaths and narcissists. Studies have shown that empaths have increased activity in the brain regions associated with empathy and emotional processing, such as the anterior cingulate cortex and the insula. Narcissists, on the other hand, show reduced activity in these same regions, suggesting a diminished capacity for empathy and emotional connection. These neurological differences may explain why empaths are so attuned to the emotions of others, while narcissists struggle to understand and respond to the feelings of those around them. However, it's important to acknowledge the limitations of our current knowledge. While science can provide valuable insights into the neurological and psychological factors that contribute to these dynamics, it cannot fully explain the spiritual dimensions of these relationships. The concept of karmic lessons and soul contracts remains largely outside the realm of scientific inquiry. It's also important to avoid pathologizing individuals who exhibit narcissistic traits. While narcissistic behavior can be harmful, it's often a manifestation of underlying pain and trauma. Compassion and understanding are essential, even when setting boundaries and protecting yourself. The contemporary impact of understanding these dynamics is significant. As more people become aware of narcissistic abuse and its effects, there is a growing movement to educate and empower individuals to break free from these toxic relationships. Online communities, support groups, and therapy resources are readily available to help survivors of narcissistic abuse heal and rebuild their lives. Furthermore, there is a growing recognition of the importance of self-care, boundary setting, and emotional intelligence in preventing and navigating these types of relationships. Technological insights are also playing a role in this movement. Social media platforms have become powerful tools for raising awareness about narcissistic abuse and connecting survivors with resources and support. Online forums and communities provide a safe space for individuals to share their experiences, validate their feelings, and receive guidance from others who have been through similar situations. However, it's important to be mindful of the potential for misinformation and harmful advice online. Always seek guidance from qualified professionals and trust your own intuition. Emerging trends in the field of mental health and wellness are also focusing on the importance of trauma-informed care and attachment-based therapy in healing from narcissistic abuse. These approaches recognize the profound impact that early childhood experiences and attachment patterns have on our relationships and emotional well-being. By addressing the underlying trauma and attachment wounds, individuals can develop healthier coping mechanisms, build stronger relationships, and cultivate greater self-love and resilience. In conclusion, the attraction between chosen ones and narcissists is a complex and multifaceted phenomenon that can be understood through various lenses, including spirituality, psychology, and neuroscience. These relationships often serve as catalysts for profound soul growth, forcing the chosen one to confront their own limiting beliefs, set healthy boundaries, and step into their power. While these relationships can be incredibly challenging and painful, they also offer an opportunity for deep healing, self-discovery, and transformation. Remember, you are not alone. Many others have experienced similar dynamics, and there is support available to help you heal and thrive. What are your thoughts on this topic? Have you experienced similar dynamics in your own life? Share your experiences and insights in the comments below. Your story could help others who are going through similar situations. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.